Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another round in IIRL Season 11. And I can imagine you're a bit shocked about who you're hearing. Yes, that's right. I am not Deflated Wee. I am not John, and something has gone wrong. Something has happened. The timer. We are fine. Okay, we are fine, everybody. Welcome back. Good evening, Jack. I hope you are very, very well, my friend. I am back as well with IIRL Season 11, Round 2 of Assist Tier 2. That's right. It is my first Assist Tier 2 race streaming. Of course, 82 was my neck of the woods back in the day. Finzik has selected the intermediate tyres. But that is all well and good. We have 15 lovely races for you tonight. We have got KMK in the Mercedes, Padge in the Aston Martin, Pilsbury in the Ferrari, Shermanator in the McLaren, Prix in the Alpine. I believe John and Liam were calling him President. Steely in the Ferrari, Leon in the Haas, Alex in the Williams alongside MC Squad, one of our debutants. One of my former teammates, Pez, in the Red Bull, Jack in the Aston Martin, Gaming Wizard in the Red Bull, Deton in the RB, Finzik in the Sauber, and Mark making his glorious return to IIRL in the Alpine as well. First out on track is the Williams of MC Squad. Yes, Ethan, hello. How are you doing, my friend? We were getting the lobby settings ready and getting people in. I am hosting the lobby tonight, and I did not expect to be. So I was trying to add people while inviting people. It created a very fun situation. Good evening, Morgan. Does the fact you're back now mean the newspaper's back as well, Morgan? Better be. And for now, it is just myself. Deflated Wee, I believe, was out for food. So if he gets back in time, he will be joining me. Right now, it is short qualifying. Ignore the Q1. It's short qualifying because we have 15 drivers tonight. Let's see what MC Squad can do on his debut in IIRL. And as I say that, he's had a big spin out of the turn 1 part of the track, but he will. I don't think he has damage, so he will be able to go again. And as you can see, the stutters are back as well. That means Jack is the first driver, and Jack is on a lap, and there's contact there between him and the Williams of MC Squad. That is very, very risky. Good evening, Cal. I hope you're very, very well, my friend. Yeah, he's come back into the pit, so it's fine. Jack has just been, so that I imagine the stewards will have a bit of work to do tonight. Of course, 82 does like to throw in a sprinkle of chaos, so we'll have to wait and see there. For next driver on a run is my former teammate Pez. So we'll see what he can do. He is running quite well at the moment. We've got loads of battery getting ready for the strip. He's getting up ready to turn 12. He's to see how much of this curb he's willing to take. Not a lot of it. Of course, that curb and the bollard is still there, surprisingly. And he's using all his battery. And he's got nothing left for the final part now. He goes through the technically not the final corner, but it is the final corner, final chicane. MC Squad setting a 151 after his slightly deviated start to his lap. Pez will go a 31.7, which is very, very good starting lap. Next up is going to be the McLaren of Shermanator. Oh, Jack, no! And Ethan, I am very, very well, other than the fact that I had just watched Liverpool bottle against Tottenham. So, other than that, I am doing very, very well. Shermanator coming to the end of his lap. As didn't see that. Apologies, predestinato. With President setting a 31.9, 2/10 slower than Pez, and Shermanator setting a 32 flat. No, the technicality of that rule is if the stream is a POV, but because it wasn't a POV, it has to be a POV clip of you driving. Leon setting a 31.6, very, very satisfying lap time. Yellow flags coming out. I believe people are just... And Pilsker going P5 for the 32 as well. Times coming in flick and fast that I can barely keep up with them. Next up to the line is going to be someone. It is going... We'll sit on board with Mark. Why not? Mark's return to IIRL. He's been a very, very big name in the past in a couple of seasons. He hasn't raced for a few seasons, so we'll see how this goes for him. Of course, he has been a very prominent name in the stewards area of the league over the last couple of seasons. Hasn't done much recently, but he's now back in the racing seat, so this will be very, very fun to see. Mark going down the straight. I've had the pleasure of racing Mark, so I know that on his day he can be very, very amazing. He's again using a lot of battery, so he's not got anything left, and it's only halfway down the strip. Gaming Wizard going P3 there as well. He's now 2/10 off Leon, or Lean. I think he's Lean. Oh well, he's now Leon. You can have your own personal nickname. Padge also setting a lap time 32.3, going P8. These lap times coming in very, very close as Mark getting comfortable with the car, I imagine. As Steely goes P1. What a lap from Steely, goes half a tenth quicker than Lean. The Deton is up next. We'll see. Well, he's invalidated the final corner, and I believe this same thing happened on Thursday and Tuesday in assist tier 1 and no assist. So that is a slightly deviated start, and it's our P2 driver from last week, Finzik, setting a lap time that is half a second clear. That is a great lap there from Finzik. He crossed the line P1 last week in Brazil, but unfortunately got a 10-second penalty during the speeding in the pit lane, which cost him his race win. Next up to the line, I believe is going to be... It is going to be it's going to be a KMK Mercedes. In the Mercedes, he didn't race last week from what he did. He got P6 last week, sorry. A bit rusty in the standings. I didn't watch the race because, well, I didn't meet... I missed a few facts about last week's race. But KMK now coming to the line. He's been a very, very good player in realistic tier when a couple of seasons over the last season or two. And KMK goes P2. What a lap from KMK. This track is ramping up very, very quickly. Drivers now coming into the pit lane. We've got 3 drivers yet to set a lap. Deton, of course, invalidating his first run. Jack, of course, getting involved in a incident with MC Squad, and then Alex as well, who is of course a constructors champion in IIRL, and I want him to use that as every single bit of flex that he's got. Is that him coming out on track now? I do not believe it is. MC Squad coming out on track again. Nobody is on a run as of yet. Oh, actually, I think Pilska is. He didn't use enough battery. In fact, he is. He's gone 200ths faster in Sector 1. Using his battery now, using a good amount of it. You don't want to use up too much of it. Otherwise, you risk being in a poor spot for the strip. Takes a bit of the curb, doesn't get RNG's now gone 3.5 tenths faster, so this lap time is going to push him into the 131s as it currently stands. Coming to the end of the strip now, he's still got a lot of battery left, which is going to put him into a good spot compared to some of the other drivers that we have seen setting lap times tonight. He's got loads and loads of battery left, which now means he goes P5. He goes, wow, that's a very, very close time between him and Lean Show. That is a very, very good spot for him to be in, for Pilska to be in for his final run. Next up to the line is going to be MC Squad starting a lap. That is going to be the next driver, I believe, on a run. Actually, just ignore everything I say at this point. We'll watch on board with Padge. Let's see what Padge can do. Padge, of course, a very, very big name. As if you need reminding of who he is, Mr. Padge. Padge getting purple sector 2 of the people that are on track. That's what that purple line means. He's stopped using his overtakes to save himself for the final part of the track, the final straight, if you will. Going over the curves very, very nicely and puts his overtake on. And he is going to set... He doesn't take the widest line, but he goes P3. What a lap from Padge. What a lap from Padge. Unfortunately, didn't have an amazing race last week out in Brazil. Was P11 at the end of the race. And now we've got 5 minutes left of this qualifying session. Someone is round. That is President Predestinato. He's lost his wing somehow. And he is jumping around a bit, unfortunately. So he must have a problem. I think it's MC Squad going P5 there. What a lap from Squad. Next up to the line is going to be the Gaming Wizard. We'll see what he can produce. He was P3 after the first runs. So what's he going to be doing now? Wide and P2. He's 2 tenths off Finsix. Finsix first lap time still keeping him at the top of the leaderboard. But we still have one more run from all these drivers left to show us what they can do. Next up to the line is Deton, of course. Very, very big name. I've been very lucky to race Deton, and he goes P12. Race Deton a lot in No Assist. Check that out on a Tuesday, 7 PM UK time, if you have not. Mark is up next. He's 6 tenths up on his previous best, and he'll put him into 12th position. A lot of traffic going into the final corner. Predestinato jumping around a bit. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue later on into this race. Everyone now setting runs, but Jack. I believe Jack might be saving a set of softs just in case there's a safety car earlier into this race. We'll have to wait and see if that does happen. Pez is on a lap. His Red Bull compatriot, Gaming Wizard, is in P2. We'll see what he can do in comparison to the Gaming Wizard. Is he coming out of... In fact, we can do this, can't we? And we go down to Pez. Pez did a 26.4, and Gaming Wizard's fastest is also a 26.2. So he's currently 2/10 down on his compatriot from Milton Keynes, the Milton Keynes factory. If Gaming Wizard is actually from Milton Keynes, I don't know, but Predestinato, I believe, as Padge has retired from the session in the pit lane, so he is happy with his lap times. Pez now coming to the end of his lap. Yeah. Oh, as he comes in, so he wants to go for one more. Put your predictions in the chat for who you think is going to get pole. Is Finsick going to hold out, or is anyone going to take it from him? Of course, he was on pole last week out, and there is chaos in the Red Bull garage. Gaming Wizard and Pez have stopped each other going into the pit lane, so that is going to mean that both Red Bulls are now out of... are potentially out of this qualifying. They will not be able to make it out back in time. First driver to start a lap is going to be KMK. He's going to have to deal with a lot of traffic here. As Mark is out, I believe that means Mark has gone straight on. We'll see from the POV of Sherman. Mark is out. He's hit the wall. Oh no, Mark, no. Mark is out, so that luckily no one was on a lap around him. But we'll go back on board with KMK, see what he is producing. We saw the buffer is about 26.2, so he's matched Gaming Wizard's first sector. I'm really glad I checked that. A good lap time here will push him to the top of the board. Finsick still to do his lap. Will KMK get helped by the DRS, the bit of slipstream from the Williams of whichever Williams driver that is? They're both on laps. That'll be squad. And KMK using a lot of his battery. He's got a lot of usage left, but he hasn't got a lot of battery left. We'll see KMK now going through the final technical corner. Bit of tap on the wall there. He ain't got damage, so it's perfectly good, and comes into the pit lane, abandoning his lap. He ain't got time to go again. So that is KMK done. The Williams of McSquad is going to be starting a lap now. Lean Cho is next across the line. He goes P5, so it'd be a maximum of P5 for the Haas man. Next up is Deaton to start a lap, but Alex is not going to make it to the line, so Alex will be starting from minimum of P13. The Alpine of Predestinato is on a lap, and he is like a jitterbug. Do we get copyright striked? I don't know. Anyway, Predestinato going through the chicane and jumping his way to the line, and confusing as Pez crosses the line P10. Not Shermanator, President P9, getting just ahead. Finsick is coming up to the line now. Will he be able to extend his lead? He pulls into the pit lane. He can't extend. Steely is on a lap. Pilska is up next, and Pilska's P4. That's a great lap from Pilska, putting him in a great spot for the race. Shermanator now coming to the line. Did seem he was down. P11 for Shermanator. Jack goes P5. What a lap there from Jack. Next up is McSquad. He's coming into the pit lane. Next up is going to be Steely. Will Steely be able to take away Finsick off that podium? He's run out of battery quite early on. But what is it for Steely? And Steely's P6. Leon comes into the pit lane, and Deaton is our final man to cross, and it is P15 for Deaton. What an end to qualifying there. Finzik getting a pole position again. What a lap. And that was the first lap time he set as well. Wow. Great stuff from the man P2 in the championship. Prof Boy, who is leading the championship after round 1, is not racing tonight. So, we will have a new title. We will have a new driver leading the championship at the end of this race. But basically, no matter what happens, that is your end to qualifying for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Finzik P1, Gaming Wizard P3, P2, KMK P3, Pilska P4, Jack P5, Steely P6, Padge P7, Lean P7, P8, Monk Squad P9 on debut, P10 President, Pez P11, Shimonate P12, Mark P13, Alex P14, Deton P15. But now we go into the 5-minute break. Where the drivers can do whatever they want. They can sort their strategies, sort their... Oh no, Gaming Wizard has unfortunately been removed from his car. So we will bring him back into the session. But right now it is 5-minute break time. What do people expect from this race? Of course, it was, like I said, Finzik taking the checkered line first last week out in Brazil, but unfortunately having that time penalty. So Prof Boy did win the race. David is P3 in the Drivers' Championship, but he is not racing tonight. I think the disappointment of Tottenham's result will be affecting that. Steely is P4 in the championship, so he is within a very, very good shout of a title. And I can hear ticking, which means we are going to have a restart if nobody goes. So someone has readied up, and it has... Whoever did that, that is very, very unfortunate. People are not going, so we will have a restart here. So apologies for that. I do believe that... Oh, everyone is going, which is now... I mean, everyone is going. I have absolutely no idea what is happening here. But everyone is going, so... By the decree, I guess, we go. What tyres have people selected? I don't know who the recipient of... This is a very confusing situation, and I think there is going to be some difficulty. Finsick missing out on the start of the grid. Whizzer as well, DNFing. Wait, hang on. The gaming Whizzer is not in his car. As your car is underway. And Finsick taking the lead of the race. Jack clearing up to Peter. There's contact in the back, bit of glitching around, so this is going to get very, very confusing. There is a yellow in the back. That is Shermanator going round, unfortunately. Shermanator has left. That is a unfortunate DNF for Shermanator, as Deton has gone straight on into the wall. That has brought out the first safety car. Right, we are going to have a restart. We are going to restart this session. Reminder that we go earlier, so there is going to be a restart. We will try and get the stream back up and running shortly. Ethan, are you still here? I do not believe Ethan is still here, so... apologies for this, everyone. That one is fine. That one is also fine. That one is fine. I will quickly invite Padge. Oh, apologies for the delay. We have just getting underway. We need people to get back in quickly. Discard that. This is a very unfortunate scenario. This one... your qualifying grid is Finsick P1, then KMK P3, or it will be P3. Pilska P4. Jack Gaming Wizard's now here, so he will be P2. KMK P3, Pilska P4, Jack. Where's Jack? Jack is not here yet. So Padge is P7. Lean Show is P8. I need to spectate. Get Jack in. It's in here. Finzik Gaming Wizard, KMK Pilska, Jack. Pilska, Jack Steely, Padge, Lean Show, MC Squad, President, Pez, Mark, and Deton rounding up the back of the grid. We need Shermanator. So, Shermanator, if you are still there, we'll get you back. As soon as Shermanator is back, then we are as soon as Shermanator gets in, and Shermanator was P12. So your grid order for this race is Finzik P1, Gaming Wizard P2, KMK P3, Pilska P4, Jack P5, Steely P6, Padge P7, Lean Show P8, MC Squad P9, President P10, Pez, Shermanator, Mark, Alex, Deton. Apologies for the delay, guys. Everything is a bit apparently they were scheduled for wet weather, so the weather was full dry, so I'm just gonna set it to that. I'm just gonna set it to that to make sure that the weather doesn't change. And that is underway. So now that we are, a grid is all set, so we can Finzik, Whizzer, KMK, Pilsgood Jack, Steely, Padge, Lean, MC, President, Pairs, Shermanator. Perfect. And we are getting ready to go back into this race. Everyone, remember your setups. Please do. And do not press A, please. Apologies for the delay. We will be back underway. So, with your 3-minute break starting again, the drivers will get setups, fuel done really quickly because we want to get underway. Everything is in shape and order. So settings, yeah, back into our previously scheduled programming. Jakey Man, good evening, says Gaming Wizard for the win. Well, he'll definitely be hoping, so I'm hoping that it will be a lovely race. So strategies for this race, as you saw in the earlier scenario, that everyone started on the mediums. That may not be the case with people figuring out their strategies and fuel loads. There is a very big mix in strategies that are possible. You've got two main ones. You've got medium hard and hard medium. Those will be the two that the drivers will pick from. So we'll have to see what comes out from it. We'll see. What you'll see is during the start, the harder tire is the better tire. So at the start of the race, as there is beeping again in my ear, as long as everyone goes, we will go. And everyone is going. Can't have that on. So everyone is going, which means there will not be a restart now. Padge and MC getting into a bit of a collision, it seems. But everyone has elected for the medium compound of tyres. There's more collisions at back. Mark and Alex getting involved in something as well, so they've all been pushed back. President is lagging around a bit. We can get an idea for fuel loads. No, we can't. We can't see them. Never mind then. We will not be seeing fuel loads, but we do get an idea of what to expect from the drivers. But they've all elected for the same strategy, which can only mean absolute thunderous chaos. It is almost lights out here, and it is going to be really big fun for this race. We saw an early safety car in the first attempt. Finzik is round on the formation lap. That's not a good start. Those tyres will be heating up. as Finzik now technically is the first to the line, but he is going to be the last. And it is 5 red lights, and away they fly! Finzik looking like a good start there. As there's a car in the wall, that's Pilska! Pilska is round, and there's a big damage lot there. So that is a yellow for Pilska, and he is now at the back of the grid. KMK and Steely swapping places. Steely has gone wide at turn 2. Bit of contact there, as there is more contact, and President is jumping about like there's no tomorrow, and he goes for a move that is really unsafe there from the Alpine team to release him in that car. Pez and Mark battling for P10. Shermanator fighting Deton into the sphere corner. There's a yellow in the back. That is Pilska. That is Pilska, and Pilska is into the wall with damage. Deton getting past Mark and Jack and Finzik. Finzik losing places. Maybe his car tyres have overheated a bit too much there. But now that means Jack is looking for the win. Of course, there is no DRS on that one. Shermanator getting past Pez. Looks like Pez got a poor exit onto the strip. That's what it's called. Is Jack going to look for a move on the Gaming Wizard? He's going to the inside, and he's going to be defensive there for the Gaming Wizard, and he's managed to keep the position. Deton getting past Padge, and Pez looking a bit worse for wear as well. President in P8 as Gaming Wizard sets the fast lap. Of course, he is the driver in first place. Pilska unfortunately getting caught out on the very first corner. Your stewards for every round of assisted 2 are myself and Willow, so we will be your stewards, as Pilska has pitted and he hopefully doesn't retire. Pez getting past Shermanator with the use of DRS, and that Alpine car jittering about is not having a good time. Why Flavio Briatore has brought him out into conditions like that, I do not know, but there is a train from 1st to 6th at the moment, all within DRS of each other. But KMK now is back, and Predestinato's in the wall, and that is going to be he has got damage, so he is going to be losing a bunch of places down the strip. And there's a swap for the lead. Jack using his DRS gets past Gaming Wizard, and now Jack will look to try and extend out of DRS. And Deton also getting past President as well, who is really struggling out there for grip. And Deton and Shermanator swapping places in the back as well, and that is Shermanator in the wall. He's got 10 seconds and he is going to retire from this race. That is unfortunate for Shermanator. But back to the front of the grid, Gaming Wizard with DRS. He is going to have a look but not go for anything. But he is now looking into those rear eyes, and he's going to look and he's going to stare and he's going to do whatever he can to get past Jack. Of course, it is a 25 lap race. We are 3 laps in, so he might not want to do anything too risky just yet. Pilska being the only one to make a pit stop after being involved in something on the very first straight. Gaming Wizard with DRS now on Jack. DRS detection point is now, so he will have it. Finzik is also inside DRS, might be looking to get past Jack as well. Everyone saving a bit of batteries. You can see that by the red light. As Padge gets past President in the back, you can see that. Gaming Wizard does not attempt anything on Jack. Nobody making any moves. As it currently stands, no one close enough to make any moves. Steely now gets past KMK, so on the road, on the start finish straight. So that is a very, very good move there from Steely. Corrupted Toad, welcome into the stream. Yeah, Jack is P1. He qualified P4, got past. Yeah, I think it was P4. He qualified in the top 5, and then got past Finsick on lap 1, and then got past Gaming Wizard on lap 2 with DRS. We have the grid split into 2 as it currently stands. The top 7 are in a train, and the rest are in a train as well. Pilska, unfortunately, at the back of the grid after a monumental collision early on, but he is hoping out for a safety car. Safety cars, you'd imagine, are quite common here, but we have only seen 2 VSCs this week in IIRL at Vegas. So, as Alex gets past Mark down the straight, and Deton getting past Pez, and they're going to fight. Deton and Pez going at it, but Pez is into the wall. That is not good for Pez, and Prix will have a look now, and he goes to the inside and will get the move done. That jittering is not very fun. He locks up, and President is made his way through to P10, as now McSquad is looking to catch up to this train. Again, he's in it now, so the top 7 all have DRS on each other. Back onto the straight. The stutter's back. The stutter is back. Of course, these cars are borrowed from the real F1 teams, and we just add an equalizer module. It's a little module that we put into the cars to figure out. As there is now a battle for the lead, and they are going side by side through the chicane. If you watched when Thursday's race, then you'll know that me and Jack went too wide in there, so he knows how to go too wide in there. Just, you don't want to lock wheels because that can be very dangerous, but Jack's still managing to keep Gaming Wizard behind. Even when he has DRS, it does seem like Jack's straight line speed is very, very good. Mark coming in for his first pit stop. We've got yellow. That is President. President is round and having an absolute jumping time in his second race. Now going back up to the front train, KMK is officially not at the back of this train anymore. That is held by McSquad. He's just outside of DRS range as it currently stands, and then you have 5.7 gap to Deton with Padge, Pez, Alex, President, and Mark and Pilska, who are the only 2 have pitted so far. Gaming Wizard now with the drag reduction system to see how much battery he has got available to him, and they are both running really, really low. Gaming Wizard is going to have a look at a move here. He's going to go around the outside. He's going to brake for the turn, and go very, very good overtake there from the Gaming Wizard. And Jack is now going to have a look back, maybe going into turn 1. We'll see what happens. And Finsick getting past Leon, so maybe Finsick saving a bit of battery has helped him gain. And Jack's going to go for a move on turn 1. Bit of contact between the 2. that foot pushes Gaming Wizard out wide, and Gaming Wizard will still have the position. Jack will have the DRS. There has been something on in the back as there are big gaps for Steely getting past Leon with the drag reduction system. And there's contact between Steely and Finzik, I believe. Finzik's missing a wing. Jack gets past the Gaming Wizard. And Gaming Wizard's round! No! The Gaming Wizard's round. Okay. That throws his race into a complete chaos. He has now lost P2 and he's going to have massive amounts of wheel spin. President comes into the pits. But Steely and Finzik getting involved in something. Jack still has the lead of this race. Steely now going to look through. I don't think Steely has any damage, but Finzik is the one with damage. Yeah, Steely's wing looks fine. Finzik missing a right end plate. This is going to look like a very, very good opportunity for Lean Show to get into the podium places here. And Leon getting defensive against KMK. Not able to get a move done. Will Finzik have to pit? Or will he stay out? Finzik does come in. It's a very early pit stop for him. And he probably will be replacing his wing as well. So that pushes McSquad into P5. Gaming Wizard also coming in after his spin. So it's not... It was a great start from both drivers, but they have unfortunately been involved in stuff that has caused them, as KMK gets past Leon for P3 after Finzik's pit. Locking up there, this terrible camera angle. My TV crew is getting fired again. But that overtake has caused KMK to lose out on DRS to Steely. So Steely is in a prime position here to take P1 off Jack, as Pez gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. It's unfortunate for the Red Bull man in P8 as it currently stands. Steely now behind Jack with DRS. KMK might have just got DRS there. Steely does not have a lot of battery to play with, but he is going to go for the move around the outside, and he is going to brake, and Jack goes deep. Bit of contact between the two, so that does allow Jack to stay ahead. KMK did get DRS there. He's caught up massively to the top two. KMK looking to put a stride in his step and make any sort of chances of a podium for him, which would be his first podium in assist tier. He has, I believe, got podiums in realistic tier. I should know because I streamed all those races. But he would love to get on the podium in assist tier 2 as well, now that we are back to split tier racing, which was the big change for IIRL in season 11. The big change of split tiers coming back. It means it has opened up races widely, as now Gaming Wizard and Finzik are looking to get past Alex after they have both pitted. Finzik maybe trying to go to the end. Gaming Wizard has committed to a 2-stop, so he will have to pit again, maybe hoping for a safety car to bring him back into this race. Padge and Deton fighting. Padge getting past Deton before the DRS straight, so that has allowed Deton to get back in to P6. Good evening, Aiden. I hope you're very, very well, my friend. Welcome to the stream. KMK pitting on lap 10. So KMK is the first of the top 3 to come in. It puts on those white set of hard compound of tyres. will drop him down to just ahead of Finsick. It's a great pit stop there from the Mercedes team. And that means that he does have the fresher tyres to go. The undercut here is very, very powerful here. So we are, in fact, yeah, the undercut is powerful. Did Finsick didn't replace his wings. Oh, Finsick did replace his wings, so that is the reason KMK is ahead, but it's not by a lot compared to what you would expect when a driver does get wing damage. Jack and Steely back into the fight for P1 for the race lead on lap 10. Steely and Jack both running out of battery, so yes, Cal is saying in the chat that the undercut is very, very powerful. Nico managing to pull a great undercut on Thursday's race, which allowed him to get a great result. As Leon now comes into the pit lane with Jack and Steely, so they all come in now to the pits. We'll see how KMK fits into the rest of this. KMK is going to come out with fastest laps being set. KMK is going to come out in P2. KMK producing a great undercut, which has allowed him to get past Jack. No, get past Steely. Sorry. Get past Steely as Deton, Alex and Pez all come into the pits as well. This now means that McSquad is leading the way in this race. Pilsker getting past Jack with while he is pitting, so Pilsker's undercut has worked, but he will have to pit again, so he is really, really hoping for a safety car here. Jack and KMK and Steely and Finsick and Gaming Wizard all within DRS of each other. We'll see what happens down the straight. Is anyone going to swap positions? And it looks like Jack is getting away from KMK. Might be saving a battery for a bit later down the straight, which could be the idea. Steely looking at the possibility of overtaking KMK, but nothing has come of it. So Jack will continue to keep the lead of this race as McSquad comes into the pits this lap. This will put Jack back into the lead of this race. Do not go anywhere. This race, we are only just halfway through. This train is not going anywhere as it currently stands. Mark coming into the pits. Mark, oh, he's having a replacement of a front wing is Mark. So Mark getting involved in something. He is going to try and take those medium tyres probably to the end. He probably could do it, but it is going to be a very, very tall task for Mark. He is currently out in P14. And Jack not getting past. Yeah, KMK getting close, but he's not getting past now that Jack's tyres will have warmed up. It might be a bit of a taller task for KMK to get past, but hopefully he will be able to get past eventually. And we still have 12 laps to play here. this train is going to be going for the rest of this race. Finzik having to pit a couple of laps earlier compared to the top 3, so he will have the oldest tyres come the end of the race. Will that affect him though? We know how good Finzik can be and will be. So we'll just have to see if he can make any sort of way through, as Gaming Wizard looking to catch up as well. His medium tyres will be going off in the next couple of laps. So he'll be in fairly soon for a hard compounder tyre, because the soft tyre in this world is pretty dire. So we don't expect to see them unless there is a safety car with like 5 laps to go, which would be very cool to see. Jack is still leading out this race. If we go to the standings, if Jack wins, he will figure all that out at the end of the race of who leads the championship. But something I did forget to mention is the Constructors' Championship, which is currently being led by Red Bull with 44 points. And Ferrari are P2, so Stevie and Pilsker. And Williams are P3 with 21 points. So in this very short race season, as it currently stands with 10 races, but I'm 95% sure that with the scheduled date of the new cars being available to us, then we will be adding a couple more rounds. But right now this train's still fighting for it at the front. Not very many overtakes happening. They're all getting stuck within DRS of each other. So when will someone make a move? They're really running low on battery. They're really struggling with the dirty air, which is going to be the big killer for them. Gaming Wizard's tyres are now falling off. He doesn't even have DRS, so he's going to be stuck. As if you lose DRS around here, you are going to struggle a lot. KMK having a look, doesn't go for anything. So he is going to wait his turn. In the back, Padge is in DRS of McSquad. Not able to make a move. The only other overtake possibility at the moment is between Pilsker and Alex. Alex looking at sending a move. He's going for it. Yes, a lovely move there from Alex, and he goes through, and Pilsker might have tapped the wall a bit. He's now lost DRS because of that tap. As you have back up to the front of the train, these 4 drivers still leading out the way, as they have been for the considerable amount of this race, and it just shows that they are quite strong round here. Finzik still running at the back of this train, still keeping within DRS, just barely. He's just barely keeping within DRS as it currently stands. But get your predictions into the chat of who you think it is going to win. JP Man earlier in the chat said he thinks that Gaming Wizard is going to win. Corrupted Toad, I'm pretty sure, it seems like is a Jack fan, so he will be hoping that Jack can run off in this race and keep his race win. But KMK, Stevie not going for any moves yet. McSquad and Padge still fighting. Padge does not have DRS this time around, so there will be no overtake there. Deton kind of running his own race as it currently stands, along with Pez, who has a 3-second time penalty. It will not lose him P10 as of yet, though. Alex running P11, Pilsker running P12, but probably will have to pit again, as I say that. Gaming Wizard does come in, and he will be going on to a hard compound of tyres. Predestinato running P13, Mark running P14. Pilsker now coming into the pits for a medium set of tyres, so he will be going to the end on that set. He will be hoping for a safety car to get into the top 10, so we'll have to wait and see for that. We have a 6 lap window for a safety car after lap 22. One cannot come out. Jack getting passed by KMK before the DRS before the DRS comes in, so KMK will have DRS and will be able to keep the lead. Steely not able to get close enough to Jack as it stands. KMK now is looking to try, and Jack with a battery is making a move on KMK back into town. He wants to lead this race, and he's going to lead this race. Padge Steely getting passed by Finsick, and Finsick having a look round the outside of KMK. Not able to get anything done, so Finsick now taking a tighter line. Will he be able to get past? He looks close enough. He's not going for it. Is he going to fake? No, he does not go for it as of yet. So Finsick is very much biding his time. Prix getting a 3-second time penalty in this race. And he does come into the pit lane as well for a new set of tyres. He's been on that set of hard compounds for 10 laps now, so he'll be going on to a set of mediums for the rest of this race, I would imagine. Actually, no, it's hards. So he went for the harder strategy type. That is fine, so he will be having that to the end of the race. But back up to the front, we have been watching them this entire time, and nobody other than the KMK going for the move on Jack, and Jack getting back through the lap later, the corner later, in fact. Jack still keeping the lead. He's got 7 laps to go in this race. Do not go anywhere. And if you want a specific onboard, we do not have a red button, but we do have channel points which you can use to request an onboard of a driver of your choosing, and I will try and give you that POV of the driver. Right now it's all still going safe and sound. Lean Cho is now in the DRS of McSquad, but he is not able to get past yet. He's got a 12-second gap to P4 as Mark gets a 3-second time penalty in this race. Pilsker getting the fastest lap of the race as well. Back up to the front, they're on the strip. Will KMK go for a move? He does not look close enough. He will have DRS, but will he be able to make a move, or is Jack going to be able to stay ahead? Jack is able to stay ahead for now. Jack. KMK not being able to get past yet. He's had a little look there into turn 1. McSquad. Now, I need to stop doing that. McSquad getting attacked at by Lean Show. There is a battle in the back between the two Alpines. Mark looking at getting passed by Predestinato, who's just pit for a fresh set of hards. Will we see him go for it? He is not going for it as of yet, and his car looked to turn into the wall, but he gets the move done. Mark going to slot in behind. Gaming Wizard has got past Deton, and they're going to fight into Sphere Corner. This would be a lovely overtake of one of them. Bit of contact between the two. There is a yellow flag in Sector 3. That is Mark. He must have got caught out on the power and got put into the wall. Does he have damage? He's carried on, so I don't think so. Back onto the strip now. KMK is going to have a look. He does not have any battery, so he is not going for it as of yet. He's still got 6 laps to play for, people. Finsick at the moment will take the championship lead, as his P2 finish from last week was a lovely finish to the race. Words. Steely now still at the back. He's holding on to this train at the moment to see what he can produce. He's looking to be the most suited driver. He's got the, other than Jack, he has got the best tyre life tyres. And Steely now is going to have to wait his turn. He's got 5 laps left in this race. He does not want to make a mistake. He does want one of the top 3 to make a mistake, but it does not look like it's going to happen. These top 3 are very, very consistent. But KMK might start losing out now to Jack and maybe Finsick. He's going to have a look. Finsick doesn't risk it as of yet. He doesn't try to make an overtake. He's still got 4 laps as soon as we've crossed the line here. And it is going down to the wire. It's going to the wire here. And we have got 3 drivers with penalties. Pez with 3, President Nato with 3, and Mark also with 3. Your biggest gainer of this race is actually Deton, who has made his way to P9 from P14 on the grid, and Jack and McSquad also pulling out great races so far. Pilster, unfortunately, your biggest loser after getting involved in an incident in straight 1, turn 1. So I imagine myself and Willow will have a bit of work to do, and there has been no safety car, so the racing since lap 1-2, as there is a car off. It is Mark. There is no safety car, but he does. Is he missing a front wing? He is not missing a front wing, so he is going to be A-OK to carry on. Maybe his tyres will be a bit overheated, but he comes into the pit lane now and he gets a 10-second time penalty, so I think this will be Mark out. Yeah, Mark has ended his race now with 4 laps to go. Mark did say he was trialling no line, so he will be very unfortunate in the result, but I think he will be happy that he came back fighting and came back trying. Let's see if this car gets in the way. It is turned on its ghost mode, so it is not going to get in the way. The top 4 still in the same order. McSquad and Lean Show still fighting it out for P5. Padge and Gaming Wizard and Deton and Pez and Alex and Pilsker and President all running their own races as of now. Unfortunately, well, depending if you want to class it as fortunately not having to race anyone, but looking very, very comfortable in their positions. We are at the final lap for a safety car now, so we are not going to get a safety car, which means there will have been no safety cars this week in IIRL. Very, very interesting. But we go back down to there's a 3-lap sprint race to the end for the top 4. And one of them will be missing out on the podium. It's been a lovely race from all 4 of these drivers as President pits again for a set of softs. So he is going to try and get the fastest lap, and I imagine he will do it. But Jack now will struggle now to get away from the 3 drivers behind him, but he will have to, in effect, make sure that he can stay in the lead of this race. KMK looking like he's struggling a bit with tyres until the DRS comes in. So as long as he can stay in the DRS, it will be fine for a P2 as it currently stands. Will Lean Show go for a move? He's not close enough, so nothing will be attempted there. And Gaming Wizard has caught up to Padge, so Padge on those old hard compound tyres. And will be trying to get past Padge in the last 2 laps of this race. KMK struggling with traction out of the sphere corner, so Finzik look to attack here. He has got the motion, he's got the speed, he's got the Valtteri Bottas number of 77. He is not going to be close enough to make a move, and it looks like they are having to settle for their positions as we go on to the penultimate lap here. Welcome Cod Camper to the stream. What happened in the last 24 laps? A lot of swapping for positions. Gaming Wizard for getting past Padge, but this top 4 all within a train of each other, and they've stayed the same order for 5 laps, for at least 5 laps. Though no one is able to capitalise on the fact that Jack does not have DRS. But KMK is losing out on tyre wear. You can see because he's struggling to get traction out of the tough traction zones. So it is looking like it's going to be a Jack win. And it'll be his first race win in IIRL if it does happen. But KMK and Finzik and Steely are all not backing down. Min Cho and MC Squad in his debut race have been fighting it out for the P5. Gaming Wizard looking to capitalise on his fresh tyres, so he is looking to join that. It might just not be enough time. Yes, I can do that. So your biggest gainer is Deton in P9 after starting P14. Biggest loser is unfortunately Pilsker after being involved in an incident on lap 1, corner 1. Jack has gained 4 positions after starting P5. Finzik lost the start off pole and lost the lead after lap 3. And KMK pulled off a great undercut on Jack and Finzik and Steely to be able to stay ahead. Lean Show getting past MC at the chicane as Cod has requested Finzik, and I missed it! No! I missed the overtake, but Finzik has got past KMK, so KMK getting a port exit. And now Steely looking to make a move. Steely's going for it. It's the final lap, so everything is to play for here. Steely not able to get the move done, so that could in effect cause contact in the back. Squad has lost his wing in his debut. No, that is going to be devastating for his race. Gaming Wizard getting past Leon. I will imagine that will be sorted out in the steward's room. But back to the front, as there's a car in that is President having the time of his life, running in P13 as it currently stands. Finzik getting up. Finzik's tapped the wall. That is not what he wanted. So Jack is going to be the favourite for this. Go on board with Finzik. Can he get close enough? Is he going to send it He's running low on battery. He's running low. Is he going to make a move? But KMK is going to send it. Is he going to look? He's not. He's not going to send it. Gaming Wizard getting past Leon in the battle for P5. That's a great comeback race from Gaming Wizard. But Jack is going to cross the line for his first race win. It's been a very comfortable but dangerous race for Jack. Finzik will be P2, KMK P3, very big gaps there. Seeley will have to settle for P4. Gaming Wizard and Lean Show will be coming across the line. P5, 6, and 7. Hey. Oh, Padge has got Lean. Padge has got Lean Show. What a move there from Padge at the very depths of this race. McSquad is going to still get P8 even with that wing damage. KMK has left the session now, but he will be registered P2. Pez will be P10. Alex will be P10. Pilska will cross the line P11, but will be P12, and President will be P13. Congratulations to Jack for your first race win in IIRL. Now the positions finish does mean that Finzik will take P1 in the Drivers' Championship lead, and I also believe that quick maths that I think Red Bull will still keep the lead of the championship in the constructors, but that is a first race win for Jack, and congratulations to Finzik and KMK for being on the podium as well. But that is a absolutely lovely race, and somehow there wasn't a safety car. So, who is going to be driver of the day? Be sure to be in the Discord and check out who gets driver of the day. That is a great race. There have been no safety cars this week, and next week is Mexico, so we will be going from America to Mexico for the Mexican Grand Prix. I hope I do not get black screened, because I like to do my race rundown, please. I think I have been black screened. So your race finishers are Jack P1, Finzik P2, KMK P3, Stevie P4, Gaming Wizard P5, Padge P6, Lean P7, McSquad P8, Deton P9, Alex P10, Pez P11, Pilska P12, and President P13, with Mark and Shermanator being unfortunate DNFs. That was a race full of strategy and a race full of absolute mental stuff. But that does mean Finzik takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. What a race. IIRL will be back on Tuesday with Mexico, which will be hosted by which will be streamed by Smaller Smiley and Alex. On Thursday is the Assist Tier 1, which will be streamed by Killian and David, if they can figure out their stuff. And I imagine Deflated Bee and John will be back next week for Mexico. So that is going to round it out for this week of racing. I would like to thank everyone for joining me in the stream. I would very much like to thank the IIRL for allowing me to get back in the commentary booth. Whether this is a one-time thing or not, who knows? I will hope to be back in the commentary box at some point in time. And be sure, if you like what you see, be sure to check out the Discord. If you are watching on YouTube, there will be a link to the Discord in the description. If you are watching on Twitch and would like to join the league, then we can get an invite sent to you. But that is going to be it from me for this race. And like I said, Mexico is next week, so be sure to check out that race there on Tuesday, no assist, Thursday in assist tier 1, and Sunday is assist tier 2. So it's a goodbye from me. Be sure to check out who's driver of the day in the Discord, and we will be back. I will be back hopefully at some point in time, and we will catch you very, very soon.